Welcome to Mock Draft 1.0. The AVG Fantasy Football Podcast brings you the first mock draft of the 2021 NFL season. What are the fucking rules, Tyler?
12-team PPR snake draft.
Baby.
Double flex league here. So, yeah, first draft of the 2021 season, like Mike said, mock draft 1.0. Stay tuned because we got more of these mock drafts coming out in the future.
And if you want to join one, the next one should be live. If you want to join, go ahead and leave a comment saying mock draft, and we will freaking shoot you a DM. Leave a comment on our messages on Instagram. However you need to reach us, go ahead and reach us. All of our links are down in the description down below. And we'll get you on the next one. But, it's going to be an interesting one. I think this was my team right here. This is Tyler's team. So enjoy this mock draft and see how it went.
Let's get it.
Let's get it, baby. Baby.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it. Bam, 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 bam. Dun, 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 dun. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is the AVG Fantasy Football Podcast Mock Draft 1.0. Hello. We're here for a beautiful mock draft. It's going to be the first one we've done for the season. If you haven't done any mock drafts, this could help you out possibly. We're doing full point PPR format. What are all the rules? What are we doing?
Yeah, full point PPR, 12 teams, snake draft, one
Pretty
quarterback,
basic.
2 running backs, 2 wide receivers, a tight end, 2 flex players, and a kicker and a defense, and then a couple bench spots. But, without further ado, mock draft 1.0, season 4, AVG Fantasy Football. Let's fucking do it.
And the timer, okay, 1 minute timer. That's good. So we're right back to back from each other, huh?
Yeah, dude, I'm gonna be snaking you the whole time.
Yeah, you're at the 4 spot. So in these mock drafts, don't take this as like, oh, we're gonna grab these players. We're gonna try and do some different things and show you different scenarios of what could happen. So don't take this draft as like a end all be all for who you should pick up and whatnot. This is more of just like, hey, what happens if you take Saquon here? What happens if you don't? What if you get a wide receiver in the first round in these first picks? Where do you end up towards the end of the draft? So that take that in as what that is, and not so much a how-to guide of how to draft. You know what I mean? Everybody has their guys they're like, you do your own research. If you're listening to this podcast, you most likely go and listen to different takes on things. So, yeah. You do what you want to do. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Yeah, 100%. So I think Mike, he didn't know what we started yet, but so he got auto-picked, but
that's going anyways. It should be.
So you got, Christian McCaffrey, obviously he got auto-drafted, but Christian McCaffrey's going to go number 1 overall probably in 99% of the drafts. Is there someone else that you'd even contemplate taking number 1 overall right there?
No. What do we got? Alvin Kamara there? Might have to put on my real glasses.
I know. So, man, I was really hoping I was at 4 right here. I was kind of hoping that Dalvin Cook's been going number 2 overall pretty much. I was really hoping that Zeke would fall to me at 4. If you want to watch the Buy the Dip episode, Anthony goes over Ezekiel Elliott. He goes about how buying the dip right there. I do think Zeke is going to come back with a vengeance this year, especially if you've been watching the Hard Knocks. I feel like all those players who do the Hard Knocks, they always get drafted pretty high as well. But So, it goes CMC, Kamara, Elliott. I get Snake. So, if it goes to me, this is kind of tough.
You're not. I'm going to guess you're going to take Dalvin Cook.
I do like Dalvin Cook, but I think I'm going to switch it up and just go Derrick Henry.
You know why? Because it's okay.
Just because he's
in a normal draft, you would go with Derrick Henry.
A little risk adverse here. Dalvin Cook still kind of scares me for the injury risk that he offers. Especially in the first round. You need to make sure your first round pick hits. So. I'll go Derrick Henry there. Be the safe floor.
Yeah, I'm the same way. Like, I don't know how I feel about Dalvin Cook, but I'm gonna do it anyways because I just want to see where I end up. That's what these mock drafts are for, baby. So
100%.
That was the complete opposite. I thought you were going to end up with Dalvin Cook, and I thought I would possibly go Derrick Henry. You know what I mean? I would be surprised. Let's see. This guy's a big Saints fan, so we'll see if he goes Saquon Barkley here in the the 6th pick.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I almost debated taking Saquon Barkley there. You can make the argument to grab him there, but would you take? He's going right there, 5.5.
Yeah.
5th or 6th pick.
Yeah, so he went Saquon right there. I would go Saquon right there too. Honestly, call me crazy, but I think I'd rather have Saquon over Dalvin Cook this year. I just don't know why, what it is,
Yeah, I mean that's what I mean. I kind of toss it up. I don't know. Yeah, because even though Saquon's hurt right now, Dalvin Cook has gotten hurt before. But
yeah.
Austin Eckler, I like that. I'm not mad at that. Jumped ahead of I think Jonathan Taylor, Nick Chubb were in these. It's kind of sleeper rankings, but he was ahead in those rankings, so that's pretty cool. It's pretty interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, I love Austin Eckler this year. I mean, he's one of those guys where I feel like he's not getting enough recognition for what he's capable of. I mean, you got to think the year that Melvin Gordon was holding out. I mean, Austin Eckler was like a top 5
came in with some
running back, and
VDE.
Yeah, the Chargers felt more comfortable paying him. Maybe not the type of money that Melvin Gordon ended up getting for, with the Broncos, but they felt more comfortable paying Eckler and having him as a part of the, the future in the plans of the franchise more than Melvin Gordon. So I just think, with, Justin Herbert slinging that thing, stretching the field, and then they really boost the offensive line over there as well for the Chargers. So, yeah, I love Austin Eckler this year.
So Stephon Diggs goes over Devontae Adams. That's a good one. That's interesting. This is a different year for Devontae Adams just because all this news with Aaron Rodgers, it does change people's opinions kind of, I think, Devontae Adams, I would take Devontae Adams personally over Stephon Diggs, but I mean, you made the argument on the last episode of the regular podcast, how you like Stephon Diggs over Devontae Adams actually.
Yeah, I think this year I would have Diggs as my number 1 overall. I just think that connection and that rapport that Josh Allen and Diggs have, I mean, you just really see it. Like, they really are just having fun out there, and I mean,
Deontay Johnson, bro.
The sky's the limit with that combo right there. Obviously, Devontae Adams and Aaron Rodgers, that's a deadly combo there as well. But, I mean, it's pretty hard to repeat as the number 1 overall, player at your position, whether it's quarterback, running back, tight end. I mean, maybe tight end's a little bit different because you got Kelsey and, tight end's kind of thin. But, in terms of running back, wide receiver, quarterback, it is hard to go back-to-back number 1 overall. I mean, the trend, I think it's 12 years running now, the last time I checked it. But 12 years running, no quarterback has gone number 1 overall or finished as the number 1 overall quarterback back-to-back seasons. In 2 back-to-back years. So quote me on that if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure it's been at least 12 years since it's happened.
So you're saying there's a chance. So then Aaron Jones goes. I'm not a big fan of Aaron Jones, to be honest. And we got Pat Mahomes on the tail end. That makes sense, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. Would you take Pat Mahomes this early?
Ozzy, what the hell, man? What the hell? He goes Patrick Mahomes over there and Antonio Gibson.
I like Gibson. I still can't believe it's in the second round and we don't have Devontae Adams on the board.
Oh, I know.
Pretty interesting.
I mean, if Ruben comes around the corner here, I mean, Drake can go.
Bro, if you can go Diggs and then Adams.
Oh man, yeah, that's fire.
You just have to land on one of your running back picks.
Yeah.
Oh my God! If you could go Adams here, get out of here, dude.
Yeah.
Go Adams here, get out of here. You know what I'm saying, bro? Yeah, dude, that's knuckin' futz, bro.
Oh, he goes Calvin Ridley, huh? He goes.
Oh my God!
Down on the receivers though, but
do we have this just in? Devontae Adams slipped, tripped, and fell on his dick. What's going on? What's happening? Google, hello. Seriously, I mean, are we missing something here? Is everybody Tyreek Hill? What is going on? Am I crazy or what?
Yeah,
there he goes.
Devontae Adams.
Dude, if he almost came all the way back to me on the 5th pick.
I know.
Oh my God. This is why you mock right here, man. To be able to see this.
You just never know. You never know what the scenarios are going to unfold and stuff like that.
That is crazy. Now I get too busy talking about everybody else's picks. I start panicking. I'm like, oh shit, what am I doing?
Me too. I'm over here reading the chat. I'm trying to stay up to date on this, but we kind of have a wide receiver run here in the second round. It goes Calvin Ridley, Tyreek Hill, Devontae Adams is the 4th wide receiver off the board. Then Keenan Allen's the 5th wide receiver off the board. Then Metcalf is the 6th wide receiver off the board. So
yeah, that's pretty crazy.
It's the first mock draft 1.0 for us. I think one thing we realized last year was that you could really find some solid value in the later rounds. I think it was like round 4 or 5. Or maybe even 6, where there was still a lot of really good wide receivers in those rounds. So I'm curious to see the next mock draft and then mock draft after that. So if like the second round is wide receiver heavy.
Yeah. See here, I'm just like, I don't know what to do because it's like I'm not a big Joe Mixon guy. Obviously, I'm a Steelers fan, so it's like that's kind of the last thing I want to do. But I'm looking at these wide receivers. It's like DeAndre Hopkins is available, but fuck, like. D-Hop has got this all this stuff going on with the vaccine. He doesn't want to get it, so I'm kind of torn here. Man, shit. I'm just, you know what? I'm gonna go DeAndre Hopkins.
Nice, and the receiver run continues.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna regret that because there's some running backs there that were pretty good, but it's gonna come back around pretty quickly. So
I mean, you can't be mad at D-Hop. I mean, we saw what he did with Kyler Murray last year. I mean, I think it's a safe pick. I don't think it's a pick that it's not gonna bust. You know?
Yeah, unless he sits out for the year.
I think he'll be all right.
Yeah, I think they'll figure it out.
Yeah. But luckily for me, the guy who I was kind of eyeing, obviously, if Devontae Adams would have fell to me, I would have took him. Calvin Ridley, I would have took him. But I'm pretty happy here to get Travis Kelce in the second round.
Yeah, totally.
Just especially at that tight end position. If you can get a guy like a Kelce, a Kittle, a Waller.
Yeah, that's a win. I didn't even, yeah.
One of these guys that can really just set you apart from, if someone's playing a Tyler Higbee in a sense, on their team. So I love Travis Kelce here. Another guy who's got a safe floor, kind of a can't-miss guy. So I'll go with Travis Kelce right here with my second pick.
Very good. Clyde Edwards got another Chiefs player goes. Yeah, I was torn. I was thinking about getting one of these other running backs. We had Joe Mixon, a bunch of guys there. But the hard thing is like that I'm kicking myself about grabbing the receiver there is because there is a lot of receivers still. Like I'm looking down, we got Allen Robinson, even Julio Jones. I'm a big Julio Jones guy this year, so that could even fall to me back around. So I'm just kind of kicking myself here. You still got Josh Jacobs, who I think will do well.
Yeah. Oh, so Spatty snaked me right there.
Terry McLaurin. We got Justin Jefferson, A.J. Brown goes, George Kittle, Terry McLaurin. You scared someone into grabbing George Kittle, I think.
Yeah, so I was actually eyeing Terry McLaurin here. I think Terry McLaurin is the McLaurin F1 or whatever they call him. I think he's, primed for a huge year with Fitzmagic, especially because you have Curtis Samuel. They signed him in free agency, but he hasn't been out there. He's been on the COVID reserve list, so hasn't been able to get that rapport. He hasn't been getting those snaps and, running that offense over there in Washington. So, if I'm Fitzmagic, I'm just honing in on McLaurin, and he's going to be my go-to guy. I mean, we kind of saw what he did for Devonte Parker that one year. Really boosted Devonte Parker's value. Fitzmagic did for Devonte Parker. So, yeah, I love Terry McLaurin. I'm going to go for a little reach here just for a guy who I like. And I know he's not going to fall back to me, so I'm just going to reach for him right here and grab him. But I'm going to go with CeeDee Lamb
nice.
In the third round.
Going CeeDee Lamb in the third round. We still got some running backs here. I'm not grabbing a yeah, man, it gets weird. I'm going to jump ahead on some of these rankings right here, and I'm going to grab David Montgomery.
Oh, nice. I like it.
I'm jumping ahead. I want to get a running back. This is my guy. I might have jumped a little early, but I like it.
Yeah, but that's the reason why we do these mock drafts, like you said earlier. Just kind of feeling it out. Yeah. You'll see what happens. This is your opportunity to take that chance or take that risk that maybe you wouldn't take it in a real draft, and that way you can just kind of see how it unfolds. And if you don't like it, obviously, you can adjust accordingly to the next draft you do.
Yeah. I mean, and honestly, after you do these mock drafts too, actually sit there with your roster and like really look at it and kind of like be like and really break down like whether or not you like what you grabbed, what you got. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
just really roster bait, dude.
Roster bait, yeah, bro. Freaking roster bait. So we got Robert Woods goes, Darren Waller. We got Julio Jones goes. Look at that. Art's got Chubb, Devontae Adams, and Jones in that 8th spot. Pretty good.
Pretty good,
I would say. I would say that is a pretty good job. What do we got now? We're still just waiting on the back end. What do you think? Who's got the Keenan Allen, Robert Woods? Got a lot of Chargers players there.
I mean, I'm not mad at Ruben's Stephon Diggs Ridley pick here because you're looking at two guys who arguably could be the number 1 and number 2 players in terms of most targets.
It's crazy how year to year stuff changes so much.
So I would have maybe liked Devonte Adams there personally, but I still think that's a good pick. I think Ridley's going to have enough target volume to have a safe, consistent floor. And then I do like that pick right there, double pointing it up with Josh Allen and Stephon Diggs.
Yeah, that's pretty money. It's pretty good.
You know, it's always nice to get some double points, you know. Yeah, especially, like, like say, it's a tight game. Next thing you know, boom, touchdown, Josh Allen to Diggs. That's especially if you're in a 6-point passing touchdown league, that's 12 plus points. Boom. You know, now they do another one. That's another 12 plus points. It's like those double points can really be like the dagger in your opponent when you get those double points.
Totally could be a dagger. Dagger McJagger. Allen Robinson goes. I love Allen Robinson. I didn't even see that till just now. We got Dre Tooks, who is on the podcast with us sometimes. We got Aaron Jones and Najee Harris, and he's got 6 seconds left. 5, 4, 3, 2, can't decide, 1, and time's up, bitch. DeAndre Swift. Yeah.
He texted me. He said he was trying to draft Dobbins, but it froze on him. But I mean, he goes running back right there. Dobbins, Swift. I feel like they're kind of in that same tier. I mean, just speaking of Swift and Dobbins, comes to you and you have the opportunity to take one or the other. Who are you taking, DeAndre Swift or J.K. Dobbins? Because for me, I'm going DeAndre Swift. Dobbins still kind of scares me. You got Lamar Jackson there who's, going to snake some rushing touchdowns. And I don't think the Gus Edwards is going anywhere in my opinion. So I really I would prefer DeAndre Swift over J.K. Dobbins.
Yeah, I would take. Yeah, I think that's a better move, to be honest. Yeah. I mean, I feel like this is what really happened with Dre is he couldn't decide between Swift and Dobbins, and then he just like let the time run out, and then he pretended like he couldn't pick Dobbins as a fail safe, based on our analysis. Okay, Ozzy goes and gets Chris Godwin. Chris Godwin going pretty late in comparison to previous years. Yeah, man. This is going pretty interestingly. What do you got? You got Henry, Kelsey, Lamb. You got snaked on both of them, huh?
So, yeah, I was going to take Zeke. Got snaked there. And then I got snaked with the McLaurin one. I do have McLaurin ranked higher than CD Lamb.
Yeah, that's interesting. CD Lamb should be – dude, I'm excited to see like what CD Lamb does with Dak for the whole season. What he was able to do his rookie year. It's nice. It's going to be good. It's good to see. Ooh, come on, baby. Let's get that pick going. Man. Is you writing in the chat, seeing what these guys are doing here?
Let's see. What are they saying? Said, boy, Ozzy's slowing down the draft over here.
Yeah, seriously.
So Ozzy goes Godwin, Chris Carson. That's a good 1-2 combo, I think, at the running back position. Antonio Gibson and Chris Carson. I feel like those guys are going to be, maybe you're not going to get some like sure locked and loaded like RB1s, like top 5 performances, but I feel like Gibson and Carson could be solid, top, 20 running backs each and every single week. They're not going to be like the running backs that lose you a week,
Yeah.
But after that goes Kyler Murray as the third quarterback off the board. Then J.K. Dobbins comes off the board, and instantly Ruben has ruined his team.
Yeah, He had a pretty solid team. Josh Jacobs going in the fourth.
I'm just kidding.
I know. But Josh Jacobs going in the 4th round, that's pretty interesting. I still think even though Drake went there, right?
Yeah.
I still think Josh Jacobs is, I don't know. What do you think on that?
I think I'm just going to avoid the whole backfield. I mean, obviously Josh Jacobs, super talented. Drake, me, I'm a big Drake. I'm a big Drake fan myself personally. But, they paid him. They paid him a decent amount, Kenyon Drake. So I don't think they paid him that amount of money to just sit on the sidelines and collect dust. So I think this is going to be a running back by committee, especially with the extra game. It's a longer season. Gruden's a savvy coach. He knows that, it's a long season, especially if you get into the playoffs and you make a Super Bowl run. It's even a longer season. So I think that's going to be a full-blown running back by committee there. And, 1 week it could be Jacobs, one week it could be Kenyon Drake. And I don't want anything to do with it. I'll let someone else deal with that headache, I feel like.
Yeah, man, I totally get it. There's a couple guys I'm looking at here because I'm about to come up. Now we got Miles Sanders. Lamar Jackson goes in the 4th round.
As the 4th quarterback off the board.
Yeah, that's pretty interesting also. What do you make of that?
I mean, yeah, I think we kind of saw what Lamar Jackson is. I mean, he's still not the most accurate passer. His fantasy values huge, widely dictated on his ability to run the ball and, get those rushing yards and those rushing touchdowns. After that, so Miles Sanders, Travis Etienne, a guy who you're pretty
I got snaked. I wanted to grab him right there. That's okay. Now your boy's got to look around, see what he thinks. What do we got here? Hold on. Yeah, be prepared to be snaked. That's also another good tip.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go. I never do this, but. Freaking here we go, bitch. Never go tight end this early, but I'm gonna go and grab Kyle Pitts. See what the fuck happens.
Hey, I mean, they drafted him super high. What is it, 4th overall? They get rid of Julio Jones. Obviously Hayden Hurst didn't pan out to be, the guy that they maybe expected to be. I mean, the opportunity's there for him to succeed. The volume should be there. The opportunity should be there. So, we'll see what happens. I don't think the Atlanta Falcons are going to be a very good team, so they might be in chase mode a lot, which actually helps Pitts in his ability. And he could be a red zone monster. So
yeah, we'll see. I mean, that's like right around his ADP, I think.
Yeah.
So it's not. I'm not jumping the gun that crazy, but for me, I don't ever really go tight ends. But I do just want to see what I end up with at the end here.
Yeah.
Just because you look at the running backs and wide receivers, and you're like, I could probably last another round before one of these guys goes by. So
yeah. So for me, I go Cooper Kupp here in the 4th round. I love Cooper Kupp. One of my favorite players just in general. And it's always nice to have actually one of your personal favorite players on your actual fantasy football team, because when they do good and it helps you win, that's even better. The whole point of fantasy is to have fun and stuff like that. So yeah, I like Cooper Kupp. I think with the upgrade of Matthew Stafford, we're going to see him bounce back. I mean, you got to remember, 2 years ago, I think it was, Cooper Kupp finished as the wide receiver 4, or it was wide receiver 5. So he has legit top 5
and there was
wide receiver upside.
Of his life.
Last year, obviously not the greatest year, but, I think him and Robert Woods are 2 of the safer wide receivers in the whole draft. Kind of a can't miss thing. Like I said, you get that upgrade from Jared Goff to Matthew Stafford. We touched on it too with the last episode we did. Cam Akers going down. Maybe this isn't the same Rams offense that, relies on the running back so heavily like they did with Todd Gurley. Maybe they transition a little bit to more of a pass-happy offense now that they do have Matt Stafford. I love Cooper Kupp. I think he's a perfect number 2.
So you got 2 wide receivers. We got 30 wide receivers. This person here has 2 positions. They're about to take 2 wide receivers if I were to guess. And I got my eye on one of them. But they could possibly go. So we got Mike Evans, DJ Moore go. Boy, Amari Cooper goes. What do you make of all this, man?
So you got Cooper going. Mike Evans. Mike Evans is kind of hard because I feel like he was so touchdown dependent last year. And
yeah,
I think if you take a lot, there was a lot of those games where he'd have 2 catches, 20 yards and 2 touchdowns. And it's like if you take away those touchdowns, it's like what kind of value does he have there? And I think now with a full year of AB there, you got Gronk, another whole full year under his belt as well. Is he going to have that same touchdown upside that he did last year? I'm not 100% sure. I mean, you got a lot of mouse over there that Brady's not someone who's just going to hone in on somebody. It's either, you have Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, AB, Gronk. I mean, I know it's O.J. Howard's not the greatest thing, but he's still there. And so, you have these other mouths to feed in a sense. So,
yeah,
I'm not sure what I feel about Mike Evans. Probably not a lot of them. Oh, God damn it, Spatty. Snaked
Miles Gaskin goes. He snaked you on all of them, huh?
It's good.
He snaked you on all of his picks, huh?
Yeah, so he got me right there. So, yeah, I was going to go Miles Gaskin right there. I was really hoping it. Homer pick. I'm a Dolphins fan, but I think Miles Gaskin's like the perfect running back, too. He's a 3-down back. I mean, especially in full-point PPR, it's like he pretty much got you like a safe floor of 14 points every single week. So you knew what you were getting each and every week with him there. So, Yeah, I do like that. Now I'm in a tough jam here. It's like, okay, I see Dak Prescott. Do I go with a double point scenario? I'm not in love with that. I'm not in love with these running backs right here. Wide receivers, I'm not really in love with them either. I think I'm going to take a shot, and I think I will go with this double points concept here.
Grabbing Dak Prescott.
And I'll go Dak Prescott here. Just, like I said, it's a mock draft.
It's a mock. All right. It's a fucking mock.
Ideally, I was going to go Myles Gaskin there. That would have been I wouldn't even thought twice about it. I would have hit draft so fast. But, it's a mock draft. This is kind of how you feel it out.
This is my guy here. I'm going to go, and the disrespected boy, Adam Thielen, in the 5th round. I like it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a guy right there. I mean, I don't understand how, putting up I think he had like 14 touchdowns last year or something stupid like that. And then now everyone's just like forgetting about him.
Well, it's just like Justin Jefferson comes in the league and does really well. And so it's like I feel like everybody's looking at that. So, everybody's kind of moving on, it seems like, from Adam Thielen. But, man, that guy freaking really proved himself. And it's like, what the fuck? Jamar Chase goes, Joe Burrow's old teammate. Then we got T.J. Hawkinson, another tight end. Then Michael Thomas goes in the 5th round. Brett's probably upset about that because he what's it called? He's a big Saints fan and he just drafted. So, man, there's a lot of interesting stuff. It is cool to see all this. It's good to see. You do like I'll do these mock drafts with random people or like the simulator, but it's so different when you just have like real people in there, like real friends and whatnot. So it's pretty interesting to see this unfold. We got Kenny Galladay. I think if Kenny Galladay didn't get hurt, he was my guy. Now that he's got that, what is it, the ankle?
I think it's a hamstring.
Oh, hamstring, that's correct.
He's got the knee coach.
So then we got Deontay Johnson. I was hoping that he could last and come back around, but it's all good. Yeah, man, we got Kareem Hunt. Kareem Hunt was a running back that you could kind of wait on to, but he went really quick there. Deontay Johnson could be a gem, I think. I think that he could be like a top 5. I think we made a video on that, actually.
Yeah, it was one of Anthony's bold predictions, Deontay Johnson, top 5. It was top 5 or top 10, maybe top 5.
I think he said top 5.
Yeah. I mean, obviously you say the homer pick as he's in the Steelers hoodie.
The thing is that, yeah, it's like, I don't know. Ben's got Jesus on his side, so it's like, what else can you say? Mark Andrews goes, boop, boop, boop. Darrell Henderson
so Andre
went.
Seems to be on auto draft over here, or he's having some technical difficulties. He goes T. Higgins, though. I love T. Higgins. As far as like that trio of T. Higgins, Tyler Boyd, and Jamar Chase, the main Bengal that I'm going to be targeting is T. Higgins. We saw him. We saw what he could do. We saw him get it done. He's the more taller, bigger, physical kind of wide receiver out of the 3. And I think he could be like a red zone monster for Joe Burrow. So, yeah, I love T. Higgins, a guy that I'm personally, going to be targeting in a lot of my drafts.
Yeah, I feel like Tyler Boyd is one that I kind of like, just because look at where we're at and you're grabbing those 2 guys, but you could wait a little bit and still get Tyler Boyd. Justin Herbert goes. I think Joe Burrow. I'm interested to see how he does this year. It's so shitty that he got injured the way he did last year.
Yeah. So after that, you got Trey Cerman gets drafted, rookie running back out of Ohio State from the San Francisco 49ers. That's a guy who I think most people don't know his name, but you need to know his name.
That's how you pronounce it, Cerman?
I think it's how you say it. But he's going to be drafted undrafted in a lot of leagues probably. His guy, you need to be drafting that guy because he could be the starting running back for the San Francisco 49ers, especially if Mostert goes down.
Yeah.
And then you got Odell, Mike Davis, Justin Herbert, Brandon Ayuk. I was really hoping Brandon Ayuk would fall to me there in the 6th round. Did not, but yeah, I love Brandon Ayuk.
And then we got me coming up here. I got a pretty balanced team right now, to be honest. So I'm looking at these running backs. Not really a big fan of anybody. Yeah, I mean, it's just looking it's getting to the point where I'm just gonna take a swing on some stuff here, I think. Man,
Starting to get thin, you know.
it totally is. It's like, do I go home and just grab?
Oh, well, looks like sleeper chose for you.
What did sleeper chose? Jamal Williams. Jesus Christ.
Javonte Williams.
Oh, Javonte Williams.
That was actually going to be my pick, so I got snaked by the auto draft.
I was gonna say.
So yeah, I was going to take Javonte Williams there. I just don't like any of these running backs right here. You know, I wanted Brandon Ayuk, I wanted Javonte Williams. Those guys all get taken back to back to back. You know, the running backs that are on the board, I'm just not in love with. I'm not in love with James Robinson right now. Chase Edmonds, Melvin Gordon, I don't like. Fournette, Mostert, Ronald Jones, Michael Carter, Kenyon Drake. Like, these are running backs I just don't love.
Yeah.
It's a good thing I got Derrick Henry, who's pretty much basically 2 running backs in one. So hopefully he can carry my team. I already have a tight end. I already have a quarterback. So I guess, you know, de facto, I'm going to go wide receiver here. I would have loved to have gotten Brandon Ayuk. But I think I'm going to go with the guy who I think is going to be this year's Justin Jefferson. And I'm going to go with Devonta Smith from the Philadelphia Eagles. I know he's a little banged up right now in camp. I think he had something with like his MCL, sprained that. But, you know, he gets reunited with his former teammate at Alabama, Jalen Hurts. And, you know, there's a lot of rumors, you know, chirping around that maybe Deshaun Watson gets traded to the Philadelphia Eagles. And if Deshaun Watson is going to be slinging that thing for the Philadelphia Eagles, give me the Heisman Trophy winner, Devonta Smith, and I think, you know, he's going to put up some crazy numbers.
Yeah, I like to. That was the one that I was possibly going to grab, to be honest. If you want to trade that after we get done with this, we can do that.
Trade it in the mock draft?
Yeah, trade in the mock draft. Totally. Did. What do we got here? We got Chase Claypool goes. James Robinson goes. What are your thoughts with the Travis Etienne, James Robinson deal?
I think it's going to be like a running back by committee. I think you're going to see a lot of sets where James Robinson's line up in the back and you have, you know, 2 running backs back there, or you'll have Travis Etienne, you know, in the slot and kind of motion across, jet sweep type of deal. So I think they're both going to see the field a good amount. I don't think James Robinson just goes away. I mean, he pretty much earned his playing time and his role last year. Obviously, Travis Etienne's a special talent in his own, and, you know, they take him in the first round, which I think was a smart move. You know, you pair him and Trevor Lawrence from Clemson together, and you kind of really build the center and the nucleus of that team. But yeah, I think James Robinson's not going away.
Yeah,
but I don't think he puts up those numbers that he did last year.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. This is where it starts getting slower. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man.
Yeah, so we have James Robinson, Cortland Sutton. You get Michael Carter, the rookie out of North Carolina for the Jets. He goes in the 7th round to start that off. Chase Edmonds goes. And then now it's Spatty, and then I'm after that. So, yeah, these running backs are just pretty gross here. I mean, knowing that I'm like, oh, my God, I really want to get this guy. I would have felt a lot better if I had Myles Gaskin instead of Dak Prescott right now, because I'd have like a good 1-2 combo. I'm still searching for my second running back, and it's getting really thin. But it's getting to the point where, like, okay, do I just grab a running back just to grab a running back, you know, and miss out on the value of these other players? Or do I just go for the best player available potentially and see what I could do from there? I mean, obviously, I do have Travis Kelce, so that's a huge trade equity right there. So maybe I'll go tight end right here. I just grab my initial tight end, and, you know, maybe I could trade Kelce for a running back later on in the season when that begins. You know, I'm a big trade player. Let's see. Wide receivers, you know, I do like Juju. You know, you got Brandon Cooks here. I'm not sure why Brandon Cooks is being slept on. I might have to pull the trigger on him. You know, he's I do like me some Brandon Cooks.
You do like some Brandon Cooks, don't you?
Yeah. All right, I'm gonna pull the trigger. Fuck it. You know, whether it's Deshaun Watson or it's Jalen Hurts, it's, you know, Brandon Cooks is kind of the last man standing there, and anytime you can get a number 1 wide receiver on their team in the 7th round, a guy who's been consistently putting up 1,000+ yards, you know, pretty much every single year he's been in the league, I'll take that, especially as my number 4 wide receiver. So there's no pressure to have him like be the guy for me, but, you know, a depth guy for me. You know, if it's a double flex league, he could be my second flex.
Yeah, I like it. Brandon Cooks, that was something I would go with. But this is a full point PPR league we're doing this mock draft in, so your boy's going to go homer pick and grab Juju Smith-Schuster.
Nice, Juju.
I think he bounces back, man. I think after this past year, I think it was a different offensive coordinator, and there was a lot of they've established that nobody else can catch the ball. It didn't seem, Juju was one of the only guys that could really be he somehow became like the veteran receiver on the team nowadays. So I think that the new offensive coordinator Matt Canada comes in and he really just hones in on Juju as their guy. So I like it. I'm not mad. You never be mad at a homer pick, you know what I mean? I got a pretty balanced team, I will say. 3 wide receivers, 3 running backs. Dallas Goedert goes off the board. Man, who was the tight end you almost grabbed?
I was looking at the tight ends there. I didn't really see anyone that I thought that I love personally, so maybe I'll wait till the later rounds to grab someone I really like. They had, Goddard was up there, Noah Fant, Gesicki, Gronk, Tanya. Those are the guys who are next. But the guys who I personally like, I have ranked higher than all those guys. So I didn't want to pull the trigger now and draft that second tight end potentially. But, you know me. I'm like the trade connoisseur. I'm always thinking trade. I'm always thinking, each player has a certain amount in a sense. They have an equity, if you would. So, like I said, I love Travis Kelce and, what he can do for my team. But, I still don't have a second running back. So it's could I trade? Maybe I grab one of these other tight ends that I have ranked and value higher than most people do in these later rounds, and then maybe I pair Travis Kelce in a wide receiver. Maybe I pair Travis Kelce and Devonte Smith, to get a Najee Harris or an Antonio Gibson or something like that, and then I can get my second wide receiver and then grab my real tight end in these later rounds. So,
here we go. Leonard Fournette goes down. DJ Chark, Raheem Mostert. I can't even talk. Jalen Waddle. I almost wanted to take Waddle just because he's a Miami player, and I thought it would be funny. Yeah. Do you like Jalen Waddle?
I do like Jalen Waddle.
Waddle.
I think he probably would have been the number 1 wide receiver for me, to be honest. Or at least I would have taken him over Devonte Smith. Maybe not Chase, but
for the NFL draft.
Yeah. For what Miami needed, I said it the whole time. I really wanted them to get Will Fuller because they needed a guy who's a playmaker. They needed an electric guy who could stretch the field, who could take a slant to the house, 80, 90 yards or whatever it will be. They get Will Fuller, which I was super hyped about, and then they get Jalen Waddle, who's basically like a Will Fuller 2.0 or just a different form of a Will Fuller. So, yeah, I love it for Miami's offense in general. I think Tua is going to spread the ball around a lot, so I think it'll be hard to really dictate which wide receivers or if Gesicki can get stuff done on a consistent basis. What I do love it for is Tua. I think Tua is smart enough. I think he does know how to read defenses good enough, and I think now he's got weapons. Now it's kind of time to put up and shut up for Tua this year. But
yeah,
after that you got Judy going. Deebo Samuel and Jarvis Landry go back-to-back picks at the 12 spot. Laviska Shenault, that's a nice pick right there. I like that one.
Yeah, I really like the Jerry Jeudy pick actually too.
Yeah,
Jerry Judy's someone whose his route running is so ridiculous.
Yeah,
I think that a lot of people sleep on him. Maybe him being in Denver, I don't know. I think he could surprise people too. Jarvis Landry goes in the 8th round. That's pretty good. Cool.
Yeah, especially PPR. Jarvis Landry's
a good one.
Yeah.
A lot of these rankings in these sleeper apps, people are kind of, sometimes you miss these names. So that's why it's always good to have a list when you do your drafts because sometimes your guy won't even be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So,
and then after that, you get a couple tight ends. Noah Fant and Mike Gesicki come off the board. We're, in halfway through the 8th round right now.
Yeah, see, it's here is where you almost always have a bunch of guys. A bunch of wide receivers still available that I really like a ton.
Yeah.
But this is the point where I start pushing it, and I'm like, oh yeah, I think it could last another round, and you could lose your guy sometimes.
Yeah. I mean, we kind of talked about it. Maybe it was the last episode or the episode for that, but it's like, let's say this guy's ADP's in the, we're in the 8th round right now, but let's say this guy's ADP's in like the 9th round, and you're just like, oh, I'll just wait till the 9th round. But it's like, why not just grab him?
Yeah. Sometimes if you're sure on a guy and that's a guy you want, man, like, just grab him.
It's almost like CeeDee Lamb. I've been seeing him go in the 4th round a lot, and I've been seeing like Cooper Kupp go in the 5th round a lot. But I'm just like, yo, these are my guys. Like, I just want to get them, And if I don't get them, I'm gonna be more upset if I don't reach and get them compared to if I try to wait and then I miss them,
So James Conner goes. You're talking about the Raiders got a running back by committee kind of deal. There's a couple receivers I'm looking at, but I'm okay with if I get snaked on a couple when it comes back. So I'm gonna do. I'm going to go ahead and grab Kenyon Drake. Like you were talking about, getting paid big money over there. A little bit running back by committee, but as my 4th running back, I'm not mad at it.
Yeah, not mad at it at all. And then, knock on wood, if anything was to happen to Josh Jacobs.
Yeah, if anything was to happen to the guy.
De facto, guy right there.
If he freaking slipped, tripped, and fell on his dick, you never know.
Yeah, so I'm on the clock right now. I was kind of hoping James Conner would fall to me. I think James Conner kind of takes over that Kenyon Drake role in Arizona. Yeah. I know everyone's pretty high on Chase Edmonds. I think Chase Edmonds still has his role. He's going to lead the team probably in receptions for the running back position. But I do like James Conner more. I think it was like the hashtag interesting stat.
By the dip, dude.
It was, by the dip. It was Drake had like 22 carries inside the 5. Chase Edmonds had 1 carry inside the 5. So when they got in close, they gave the ball to Kenyon Drake, not Chase Edmonds. So I genuinely believe that when they get in close, it's going to be James Conner who's getting the ball inside the 5, not Chase Edmonds. But so yeah,
you made the fantasy sin. You took a New England Patriots running back. I like it though. Damian Harris, I think he's good. Yeah. I think if they can, yeah.
Yeah. So it came to a point where I only had Derrick Henry. I had no running backs after that.
Oh, boy.
So I figure I'll take Damian Harris. There's been a lot of reports out of the training camp that he's looked like the best running back, and he's pretty much going to be the starting running back over there. You got no more Rex Burkhead. You still have James White, who's going to have his James White role. But after that, you have Sony Michel, who just doesn't look the same. I don't know what it is, but after they drafted him in the 1st round, rookie year he looked okay, but I don't know what it is. But Sony Michel just does not look the same for what he was. And I think Damian Harris is pretty much out there to prove his worth and say, hey, I want to be the starting running back going forward, not these other guys. So I do like Damian Harris.
I'm really hoping.
Oh. It kind of sucks, Cam Newton snakes those touchdowns. But, if they make a transition to Mac Jones and they sit Cam Newton, all those rushing touchdowns that Cam Newton was getting will probably go to Damian Harris. God, it sounds so congested. It's just like it just hit me out of nowhere.
No, I know what you mean. Tyler Boyd goes. I like it. I'm really hoping this receiver goes by. I think he's being terribly slept on. I think that towards the tail end of the year, I will leave it as a surprise. I will be very upset. I don't want to tell you because you're ahead of me, but I like this guy.
Dude, I'm about to draft him right now.
Who you taking?
I already know, dude.
No, you don't.
Yeah, dude.
I'm going to be fucking pissed if you take him. Don't do it.
I have 2 guys I have in mind.
What position?
Wide receiver.
No, fuck.
You said,
no, I'm just kidding. No, I was just kidding.
You said wide receiver. You're like,
wide
receiver.
Or am I fucking bluffing you, dude? Double reverse, dude.
Dude, you could be bluffing me for sure.
Maybe I need a running back. Who knows? Maybe I need
Es posible, sir.
Maybe it's possible that we need a tight end.
These
maybe
running backs,
actually, you know what?
these running backs are gross right now. Like, and this is why you mock draft, because now I'm looking at where I took Dak Prescott. I wanted to take Myles Gaskin as my number 2 running back. I take Dak Prescott, just joke, kind of, messing around, not, double points. We're in the mock draft, but seeing as how this draft is unfolded, I would have loved to have just grabbed at least a running back there, Myles Gaskin or Kareem Hunt. Like, I should have grabbed Kareem Hunt. Was that a possibility or no?
Yeah, instead of Dak Prescott?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, so I could have grabbed Kareem Hunt. I should have just grabbed Kareem Hunt there as my second running back. And then, with the depth of the position of quarterback, I could have waited. So, but this is exactly why you do these mock drafts.
The only one I don't mind Zach Moss actually there.
Yeah.
Zach Moss, that's not a bad one. it's not like I think we talked about it. It's like, do we know if we're gonna have Bills running backs? Who fucking knows? But in that position, but yeah, I'm not really a big fan of my I don't know, maybe my whole team. I was gonna say running back, then I was gonna say wide receiver, and then I looked at my tight end and I was like, I got a rookie tight end. But boy, if I could get this guy here, I know who you're looking at. You're looking at two guys. I know who you're looking at.
Let's say, what do you need? You need a quarterback or what?
I mean, I do need a quarterback, but
you always go quarterback late though.
Yeah, I already got like 8 of them in my head. There's only 32 teams, Mike.
So I'm on the clock. We're in the 9th round.
Bro, don't fucking do it. I'm gonna be so pissed.
Just like I said, the running backs here are gross. David Johnson, that situation is gross with Mark Ingram and, if they sign Phillip Lindsay. I don't like Singletary. They got Naheem Hines. I don't like that. Gus Edwards I do like, but maybe I'll wait on him if I can, potentially.
Oh, I know who you're looking at.
Tony Pollard, Kenny Gainwell, Jamal Williams, McKissick, Latavius Murray. These are just some gross names right now. So this is why we mock draft. Now I need to know that it's probably best if I don't take my second running back in the 8th round of the draft. But I'm just going to go right here, kind of best player on my board of what I would want to take here. And I'm going to go for one of my favorite players in the NFL. I'm going to go for
Mike Williams. Oh, thank God.
Mike Williams.
I knew it. You were either going to go, okay, can I say what I think you were thinking?
Yeah.
I think you were thinking Mike Williams, and I also think you were looking at Michael Pittman, and I think that maybe you were looking at Antonio Brown.
Is either Mike Williams or Antonio Brown.
Yeah, okay. So I thought it was Antonio Brown, Michael Pittman, but then I saw Mike Williams, and I'm like, he's going to take either Mike Williams, one of those three.
Yeah.
So you took Mike Williams and you left my guy there. I do like Mike Williams, by the way. But I'm going to go Antonio Brown.
I like it.
Tampa Bay wide receiver. Antonio Brown, I think towards the tail end of the season he did a lot better. He did really well in the Super Bowl. I think he had 1 or 2 touchdowns. I mean, sign me up. Ooh, Matt Stafford goes. That's one of the quarterbacks I was hoping that maybe came back around, but
yeah,
that's what happens.
That's who I should have double pointed up with right there, Stafford and Cooper Kupp. That's who I should have doubled up with.
It's hard. It's hard because you think of Stafford still in Detroit. I know he's on the Rams, and I know you know that, but like I think that instinctively in your head, it's like you saw Dak Prescott and you made that connection quicker.
We do kind of make some panic picks sometimes because we're trying to record and go through the text.
Well, yeah, because we're telling them, and I'm like doing the math on ADPs, like, oh, where are we at right now? So yeah, man. But I took Antonio Brown. I would honestly, I think that you can make an argument like I could have took him in the 7th round possibly.
Yeah. No, I like AB.
Like him in the 9th round. I'm not mad at that.
Yeah, if I'm going to take any of those Bucs wide receivers, give me AB in the 9th round, 8th, 9th round.
Bro, fucking yeah, exactly, yeah.
That's Tom Brady's boy. It's like
definitely.
That fool just loves AB.
Yeah, bro. They had sleepovers. Tom Brady. Speaking of,
he'd kiss him goodnight.
He said, "Yeah, hey, no cell phone after midnight."
Speaking of Tom Brady, he goes off the board next. Marquise Hollywood
Antonio Brown's cousin
goes next.
Or his nephew? I can't remember.
Yeah. And then Will Fuller.
Will Fuller, the Miami receiver. Will Fuller just jumping around. Team to team, baby. There's still – see, this is where it's like – this is why it's good to take running backs early, man, because they're – like even though I'm not like in love with my running backs, I have 4. So I can fucking do what I do best, and I can just draft like 8 receivers and hopefully one of these quarterbacks that I like lands on me.
Yeah.
I mean, there's still some good quarterbacks, bro.
Art said double points. He's got Lamar Jackson and Hollywood Brown.
Oh, my God. Yeah, Marquise Brown gets like 1 catch for 87 yards and a touchdown.
Yeah. So after that, you got Will Fuller going after Hollywood Brown, and then Tyler Higbee. He's probably one of the hardest guys for me to kind of like gauge right now because last year he was one of my busts, and I think I hit that nail on the head pretty good. I think he had that one game he had 3 touchdowns.
Yeah, that was rough because we had a couple guys saying, "Should we start Tyler Higbee?" We said no, and then he had 3 touchdowns in that game.
But that was literally the only good game he had all year.
Yeah.
Like out of the whole year that he had 1 good game, that was it. So I think I was right on that one, calling him a bust. I think with Stafford now, he gets a little upgrade.
I agree.
But I still don't think it's like too high, Like maybe he's tight end 10.
Darnell Mooney.
Maybe he's tight end like 11.
Trevor
you know,
Lawrence, we got.
But yeah, so Tyler Higbee's kind of one of those hard guys there for me. I don't know how many shares of Tyler Higbee I'm going to have. Probably 0, honestly. But yeah, he'll be a different guy right there. Darnell Mooney, that's Dre's guy. Ironically, he just chose him. But remember the name Darnell Mooney, especially if Justin Fields is the quarterback. Darnell
really
Mooney's going to make some noise.
I really like Darnell Mooney. Man, every time I do these, I always I'm like, fuck, can the season start yet? I want to actually draft my teams, you know?
Yeah.
And just roster bait. Yes. We got 13 rounds going. It feels like is everybody mocked or not drafting or what? We got people falling off or what?
I'm not sure. But after that, you go Darnell Mooney, Trevor Lawrence. Maybe, like I said, maybe he fell off because Trevor Lawrence comes off the board. Hey, maybe he wants to double quarterback it up, you know? Maybe he wants to maybe potentially trade Mahomes, you know? Keep Trevor Lawrence. But he drafts Logan Thomas after that in the 10th round. I love Logan Thomas this year.
Yeah,
I mean,
I like
what
it.
he did towards the second half of the season last year, we really saw him just kind of emerge. It's kind of crazy because he's been in the league for 6-7 years or whatever it is. But he just kind of broke out of nowhere. But I mean, with Fitzmagic back there slinging that thing, I love what Logan Thomas offers on the table. I mean, the guy's a huge guy. Huge guy. 6'5", 500 pounds.
Huge guy.
But yeah, I love Logan Thomas. Great late round tight end value. And then Irv Smith comes off the board 2 picks later. Another guy that, we touched on in the last episode on the training camp news. They just been saying that they've been utilizing him a ton in the red zone. So, yeah, I love Irv Smith. I think, no more Kyle Rudolph. He's with the Giants now. I think it's basically a 3-man show over there in terms of the passing game for the Vikings. You got, obviously, Justin Jefferson, Adam Thielen, and then Irv Smith Jr. is going to be that third guy over there. So, I love Irv Smith, Logan Thomas. Those are, to me, 2 of the best late-round targets you can get for the tight end position.
Ooh. I know who I want. We got Michael Pittman goes. Gus Edwards. See, this is what we're talking about. Where we got J.K. Dobbins in what round? Did he go? There he goes. He goes in the 4th round, 4-3, and then you got Gus Edwards. That could honestly be the 1B, you know what I mean? Or however we say for running backs. He could be like the +2, you know what I mean? He could be the +1 or whatever. And he's going, what is that, 10th round? That's 6 rounds later. You know what I mean? And you could save yourself and get somebody else there. Yeah, man. I don't know. Michael Pittman goes. I liked Michael Pittman, but I think you're on the same page as me with their quarterback situation. It's rough. It sucks to see these younger guys just get totally screwed over by their quarterback situation.
Yeah.
There goes my tight end because he's auto drafting. That's pretty sweet.
Double points, Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski.
Yeah, but the thing drafted it for him.
Oh, nice. Yeah. I think he was on his way to work, so he probably just started work.
Oh, okay, that's fine.
What it is. But,
okay, you're allowed.
Yeah, you got Rashard Bateman, the rookie out of Minnesota, who's on the Ravens now.
All right, I'm going to push it even further with the quarterbacks because I see a tight end here. I know I got a rookie tight end with Kyle Pitts for super early. I do think he'll work out, but I think either one of these guys will work out and maybe trade one or the other. So everyone I draft is gold. Everything I draft is gold, Tyler. Don't you understand that?
These running backs are just so gross. And I mean, if you know me personally, I'm really big on drafting running backs early. I think you have to get 2 running backs at least in the first 3 rounds because after that it does get gross. And I feel like the depth at the wide receiver position there's just so many wide receivers compared to legit, starter caliber running backs there. But
the game's turning. It's more of a passing game.
Yeah,
everybody says that every year.
I was gonna go tight end here, and try that theory of trading Kelsey to get a running back. But Logan Thomas and Irv Smith, they both get taken here. So I'm just kind of go with best player available in my mind.
Quarterback.
Going quarterback here, yeah, and I'm gonna go Jalen Hurts.
Nice. I like it.
Obviously Dak Prescott's kind of banged up right now.
Better hope.
He's coming off the ankle injury, so God forbid if he doesn't pan out, at least I got a solid backup that can take over for me. And then I still got double points there. Devonte Smith and Jalen Hurts.
Yeah, that's we got Devin Singletary goes. So Devin Singletary, I'm just curious to see. So Devin Singletary goes in the 10th round, end of the 10th round, and Zach Moss went in the 9-1. Actually, that's about right. I would say. Latavius Murray, gross. I mean, that sounds terrible. That's literally a backup running back.
Yeah, but I mean, maybe they lean on him. Gets a little bit more run now that Drew Brees isn't there. I mean, we're not really sure how this Saints offense is going to run. Michael Thomas is banged up. Is going to miss like 5 weeks. No Drew Brees. So I mean, it'd be interesting to see how this Saints
take a
offense
swing
gets run. Yeah.
I mean, there's no really bad picks this late, to be honest. Like this late, you're kind of taking it's like upside guys. You know what I mean? Nobody looks great here for the most part, except for the quarterback I'm probably about to get. This guy, I mean, there's been reports he's looking good. Am I gonna go crazy over here? Man. There's just like, I don't know. I never understand the quarterback thing because there is so many quarterbacks still like so late.
Yeah.
We're in the 11th round. David Johnson just goes. That's gross. I think Joe Burrow is kind of a sneaky quarterback actually. He went in the 10.2 spot. I mean, I think that, people are forgetting he was doing really well. And he got one of his old teammates this year, so it's like, I mean, it can only help. It can only help the guy. We got Trevor Lawrence. How's that on his ADP? Do you know? Mike goes Corey Davis. Not bad. Wide receiver going in the 11th round. We got Elijah Moore. It's pretty interesting. Alexander Madison, good. He snakes my backup running back, and yeah.
So Elijah Moore, just a name. Keep an eye on it. I mean, probably the best route runner to come in out of this draft class. The rookie out of Ole Miss. He's with the Jets now. So Elijah Moore, just keep an eye on the name. My bad. Keep an eye on the name. But so it comes to me, and I'm always giving advice on certain players. Go draft them. Go get this guy. So I got to put my money where my mouth is, and I'll take this guy right here. Cam Akers goes down, and everyone's on the Darrell Henderson train, but
nice.
I'm gonna be riding this Xavier Jones train, especially in the 11th round. I'll take a shot on it. I do think this is gonna be a running back by committee over there, nice. Xavier Jones. The reports have been that he's been looking good in training camp, so I'll take Xavier Jones.
You got to scroll down there for that one.
Take a shot, take a little shot on him there.
I like that. Deshaun Watson, baby, my quarterback, baby.
You don't need to draft another quarterback, dude. He's about to get.
Bro, he's about to get all the points, dude. Oh, you got some points over there? Those are actually Deshaun Watson's, dude, because he gets all the fucking points, You think those are your points, bro? No. Curtis Samuel goes Washington. I'm like that, and honestly, you know who I almost grabbed right there for a quarterback?
Who? Don't say Big Ben.
No. I mean, he did throw the most in the league last year, but it's a new time. I really hope that's not the case this year.
Yeah.
But Ryan Fitzpatrick, actually.
Oh, nice, yeah.
I would actually not minded Ryan Fitzpatrick. I think Curtis Samuel, even with, there was all this – there was all this hype with Curtis Samuel – or no, it was DJ Moore. Sorry, got it. My bad.
Yeah.
We got Phillip Lindsay, Justin Fields. I was thinking about going Justin Fields or Trey Lance actually too. I feel like a lot of these quarterbacks can do well, right? I mean, the thing is that Justin Fields, you don't know what's going on. He is the QB1 now?
It's Dalton right now, but I mean Fields could probably take over at some point.
Yeah, so it's like, and then Trey Lance, the same thing. It's like,
Yeah.
I do think that these guys can take over, and if they do or when they do, it's I think it will do well. I would say with those guys, I'm gonna go a different, like a quarterback where I have a little bit more safety with, and then with the upside with that second quarterback.
Yeah.
Me and you were both like having two quarterbacks and going back and forth with them.
Oh yeah, for sure. I mean, yeah, like I said, I know I took Dak there. I kind of panicked because gas came one right before me and clock was ticking down. But just seeing these quarterbacks that are still available. You have Tannehill, pretty much at the start of the 9th round. You know I love me some Tannehill time. And you got Aaron Rodgers, the MVP, going in the 9th round.
Yeah.
You know, Jalen Hurts is going in the 10th round. You got Stafford in the 9th round. Trevor Lawrence in the 9th round. So, I mean, a lot of good quarterbacks coming into these later rounds. And
we got the New Orleans tight end. Did you say that?
yeah.
Oh, sorry.
Oh, no, I didn't say that. So. So I forgot that I threw one kicker and one defense in here. So these last 2 rounds are going to be all kickers and all defenses.
Okay, let's see. Let's see the defense. Let's see your defensive guy. Who's your guy?
Yeah.
Oh, you have to put a kicker and defense in?
Yeah, you could take it out, and obviously we were kind of rushing to set this up. We kind of set it up on the fly. I feel like we fucking nailed it for setting up on the fly.
Not
too.
mad at it. Yeah,
not mad at all. But so you're gonna need some defenses and kickers these last 2 rounds.
So it won't let you take anybody.
So yeah, I don't think it'll let you take anybody. I could be wrong, but we'll see. But yeah, going forward, I'll eliminate the kicker and the defense. That way we don't have to pick them. But we'll have an episode where we go over just defenses. Like,
yeah, totally.
You know, like kind of like our favorite defenses to target.
Yeah, we don't even need a full episode for that. We just could do like a segment.
Yeah, like a little segment. Yeah.
Yeah. Just because it really is like, I feel like every year we kind of hone in. Like we did say Steelers defense last year.
Yeah, we did.
Steelers defense won people champions. Steelers D wins champions.
100%.
Ships. We got
we
Ravens
we even said it a couple years ago. The Bears were the number 1 defense. We said it. There was that right after they got Khalil Mack. They drafted Raekwon Smith out of Georgia. They got Khalil Mack, and we were like Bears defense. Where they finished? Number 1. So I'm gonna tell you who I think my number 1 defense is gonna be. Hopefully they stay on the board.
I think. Can I snake them if I think I know?
Yeah, for sure.
Okay, I think I know who you're about to pick.
But yeah, I do like the Washington football team. That'll be one of my favorite. For whatever reason, the Baltimore Ravens are always in like the top 5. The Rams are always up there as well. Another good, solid defense. But yeah, I do like the Washington football team.
Ready for this defense?
Yeah. Oh, the Colts. The Colts is a good one too. That's not who I was gonna pick, but
Colts defense is what I thought. I thought you were gonna say. Are you gonna say Dolphins defense?
No.
Oh.
No. So this is gonna be. It's kind of early. Obviously, my rankings could change.
No way you're gonna say.
No, not the Steelers defense again. I do like the Steelers defense again. I think they'll be all right. I mean, they get Melvin Ingram.
I think so too.
To kind of replace Bud Dupree. You know, that defense is still really good.
I only took. Okay, go ahead. Sorry.
But I'm gonna go. My mic's breaking over here. But I'm gonna go with the defense. I think that has the potential to be the number 1 overall defense. But like obviously, they're not ranked. You know, even in the top 5 right now. But they're going to have the best secondary in the NFL, but I'm going to go with the Denver Broncos right here, especially with that home field advantage of playing inside or up at Mile High Stadium. You know, obviously that is a huge home field advantage, but I mean, listen
so
to
you
these.
took that defense because they're home field advantage?
Home field advantage, and then just look at the secondary they got here. They go out and they get Kyle Fuller, one of the better cornerbacks in the league. They could have the best 1-2 safety combo in the league with Kareem Jackson and Justin Simmons. They draft Patrick Surtain Jr. out of Alabama with the 10th overall pick, and they have Ronald Darby, Bryce Callahan. I mean, this secondary is to me the best secondary in the NFL, and it's not even close. And Miami's got a really good secondary, but I would say it's not even close. And then that's not even added on. You know, you got Von Miller, Bradley Chubb, Shelby Harris, just some other guys there. You know, on the front 7 as well. So yeah, I do love the Denver Broncos defense. It's going to be probably the number 1 defense that I target a lot in my drafts.
Yeah. I like it.
And then for kicker, I mean, how could you not? Where's he at? Unless someone already took him. Oh, yeah. I was going to say Young Hoku.
Yeah.
He's there. But, you know, I'll go homer pick right here. Maybe I'll just go Jason Sanders. He did go all-pro last year for the Miami Dolphins. So I'll just go Jason Sanders. You know.
And I'm going to also take the Miami Devonte Parker.
Nice.
A fucking kicker.
Oh, nice. It didn't make you take a kicker?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, fucking kicker, bro.
Nice.
I saw someone else not take either one. So someone grabbed Tony. He grabbed Madison, Tony Pollard, and then Trey Lance. I mean, must be nice. Yeah. I went Devonte Parker. What are your thoughts on Parker this year, actually? I'm curious.
I mean, I think he's going to have some good games. Devonte Parker's biggest knack is his just ability to stay on the fucking football field. Because when he's on the football field, the guy he gets it done. I mean, I don't know what it is. Like I don't want to say he's unguardable, but I mean, I say it all the time too. I mean, he's
right there.
He raped Stephon Gilmore that one game, and it was a must-win game for the Patriots. Like the Patriots needed to win that game to get into the playoffs, and the Dolphins won that game because Stephon Gilmore, the defensive player of the year that year, could not shut down Devonte Parker. So I mean, we see what the type of talent he has. It's just the volume, how much volume he's going to get. Like I said, I think Tua is going to spread the ball around a lot. I think we'll have some Devonte Parker games. We'll have some Will Fuller games. We'll have some Gesicki games. We'll have some Waddle games. So I think ultimately at the end, it's really good for Tua. I like the upside that Tua offers, especially in like the late rounds. But I don't know if I'll be drafting any of these other skilled players outside of Myles Gaskin. Myles Gaskin is my favorite Miami Dolphin to draft.
Yeah.
But all right, yeah, that was it. Nice little the 12 or 13 round PPR mock draft. Appreciate everyone jumping in. I know towards the end, people kind of, you get past like the 9th, 10th round, people are just like, whatever. So, but yeah, appreciate everyone who jumped in. Thank you guys. We'll do another one soon.
Yeah.
I think these mock drafts are really good.
Yeah, I like them too.
Yeah.
It's a good time. All right, make sure you check everything. All of our links are in the description down below. If you need any help with your fantasy football team, go ahead and shoot us a DM. Whatever.
Like, follow,
comment, subscribe. Comment who you think had the best team out of all these guys. Also, yeah, I don't know what else to say. Thanks for listening.
Subscribe.
Fart.
And the next one will be live.
Queef.
So
yeah, the next one. By the way, the next mock draft will be live. So if you want to join in, fucking hit us up, baby. Leave a comment. We'll get you in the next mock draft. Thank you and good night, baby.